Good evening, Panther Nation. Dennis and I are coming to you live from a wet and rainy Panther Stadium at Arvest Field, where your Siloam Springs Panthers will be taking on the Fort Smith Southside Mavericks in the final game of the season. It's senior night, a bittersweet symphony of farewells and final hurrahs, but let's turn our attention to midfield as the posting of colors and the national anthem. Like I said, it is senior night here at Panther Stadium. Tonight under these stadium lights, our Panthers are all business. They're here to compete, to leave their mark, and finish, what they started. High school football is the embodiment of high school athletics itself. A stage where triumphs and trials intertwine, where every play is a lesson learned. And tonight, as these two teams clash, we're reminded of the enduring spirit of competition. Both these teams are in the bottom of the conference standings. However, the rain may fall, but the fire burns bright within them because this is the last high school game, the last time a lot of them will ever wear shoulder pads as they battle here at Arvest Field. With all of that said, Dennis, Panthers are going to fight for their third win of the season. They already have outdone the last two seasons, but for a chance to win a conference game, which they have not done in the previous two. What do they need to do?
Well, tonight with the wet football and the wet field, it's going to play. The wind's blowing too, so we're going to have difficulty throwing the football. We're going to have to establish the line of scrimmage on our offensive line, create some holes in space for our backs, and we're going to have to take care of the football, Luke. And you mentioned it, man. These two teams are out of the playoffs. Okay, they're not going to make the playoffs, but this is a very crucial game going into the offseason. What's your offseason going to start like? Is it going to start with some energy and some momentum, or is this going to be we're going to finish this season on the downward side and not have a great entrance into the offseason? So it's a very important game for both of these teams. They're both trying to go into the offseason on a positive note and start building off the success that they did see this year. And I would like to mention tonight, Luke, I just talked earlier, this would be the first conference win since 2020, November 6th of 2020.
That would be massive. And,
Yep.
As we watch this coin flip here, the stadium is light tonight, so hopefully there's a lot of people watching for this opportunity for the Panthers to come away with the conference victory as the team about takes the field there in the corner of the end zone. There's the coin flip here. As every senior sits on the field, as a tradition here at Siloam Springs and in a lot of schools. Like I said, the rain is pouring heavy here tonight. There's a chance, potential, that we get put into a delay, but I think for the most part it could just be rain. Looks like the Panthers won the toss, and they have elected to receive here early. So we've decided, hey, we want the ball here early. We want to take it down and score.
Yeah, I like that call right there. Let's be aggressive from the get-go. We don't know what the weather will, if it'll be worse later on. Let's go ahead and take the football. And right now it's a pretty steady drizzle, but it could be raining a lot worse than it is. And so let's take the football, maybe get a score, and before any of the heavier stuff comes in. And who knows what happens, Luke, but here we go.
It's been a crazy week of weather for our community. 100%.
Absolutely.
And here come your Panthers to take the field in our final game of the season. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, next week we'll start the beginning of basketball season here in Siloam Springs. We'll talk a lot about that throughout the game, but just a reminder, the largest junior high basketball tournament, maybe not the largest, but I'll call it the largest. I don't have no data to support that, but I call it the largest. I will call it the best junior high basketball tournament in the state. Will be hosted here at Siloam Springs. We've had several different names for it, but now it's the India Lewis Memorial Tournament, named after the Panther legend here at Siloam Springs.
Yeah, it's a fantastic tournament. As someone that has brought several teams over to that in years past, it's one of the best opening season tournaments around. And regardless of the fact that it's a junior high freshman tournament, it's awesome. It's awesome.
That action will start Monday with a plethora of games taking place, but the first game action starting Monday at 4:30, that being in the girls' bracket. But here we're set to start this action here at Panther Stadium in Arvest Field with Southside set to kick it away. Southside, of course, previously coached by Director of Athletics for Siloam Springs, Jeff Williams. And the kick is away, and the Panthers will receive the kick around the 8-yard line. Of course, the weather here early on the kick is Mikey will receive it. He's back from an injury this week. And he's brought down at the 19-yard line. The Panthers will start there to begin this night.
Yeah, you're already seeing the effects of the wet football, slippery conditions. Just slipped right through Mikey's hands. And fortunately, he got it back and was able to get it out to the 19. What do you expect to see tonight, Luke?
Well, we are not already, by design, a team that is predominantly a pass-heavy offense. So what we already do offensively will be what we already do. It will be about how clean we are on the mesh point of a handoff. And if we run something like a dive, Gage Jones running on here late.
Boaz Benson at quarterback.
This is the diesel package. It'll just be about, like you said, can you keep the ball and give his to Flores there, and he'll get back to about the original line to gain, about an extra yard after that, is holding on to the ball. Because, you can simulate weather all you'd like, but it's a lot different to simulate or act like you're simulating and then to actually come out and play in pouring rain.
Yeah.
Like
everything's wet.
We've all been there where we've been in the yard playing catch or, tag, flag football, whatever, where when all of a sudden it's raining, it's a whole different thing.
Looks like he's going to get a couple more there. So it's going to be 3rd and about 7 here on the opening drive. Flores got that carry as well.
So to directly answer your question, can you keep the ball? Can you get the ball? And if you do get the ball from the other team, what do you do with it after? Benson will look to the sideline in this diesel package. They'll shift Flores over. Might be a play fake here, and then he'll roll out to that side. And he'll give it straight to Flores there, and he's met immediately. Being conservative here out of the gate, giving the elements. That's kind of the design that you might look for, see what you might get. So we're on our punt team on. Remember, last week at Russellville, it was actually a dropped punt attempt that led to a Russellville score with a short field. So another factor at play here when we're talking about a rainy night, and it is coming down pretty hard here at Panther Stadium. And there's a little sign of that here early, and that ball goes straight up. It won't clear midfield. It actually will hit at it'll end up kicking over to the 47-yard line, and that's where Southside will start. the weather already taking effect on the opening kickoff, and they're on the punt. That looked very similar to what happened at Russellville, but at least this time the punt did get away.
Yeah, that's a break for the Panthers. I mean, that could have ended badly for us, and luckily Mason Short was able to pick it up, get a good kick. Ball landed about the Panther 48 and bounced 5 or 6 yards. So here we are, Southside starting on the 47.
We don't normally have comments open on our live stream, but I see former Panther administrator Todd Weinsberg chimed in. So shout out to Todd.
Hey, Todd. Good to see you on the stream.
Traitor. Traitor.
Yeah, he works for the Fort Smith School District this year.
So here early, number 15, Jaden Webb, the leading rusher for the Mavericks. He'll have to go off to the sideline. So Southside this year has been a actual very pass-heavy offense, 63% pass. Some of that might be the fact that they've had to come from behind. So they'll go a double set here, 2 receivers to both sides of your screen. They'll send a man in motion. We'll shift, and that'll cause a false start by their left tackle there coming out of a stance early. So
yeah, that's we've seen that a lot. Our defensive line likes to move around in unison up there. Sometimes the other team starts early, but yeah, this is a big game here. And Southside predominantly has passed the football a lot. This is not the ideal condition for them, so maybe a mistake or two.
1,800 yards passing for their quarterback there. She hadn't been the starter all year. They'll go a little pop-go action out of the trip set there. I mean, he was blanketed in coverage, but the pass is still complete.
Yeah, Eli was right on him. And,
Sebastian Lutt with the reception there.
Is that Eli or Jackson? I can't see the number.
Well, there's a torrential downpour going on in front of us, Dennis. It's a little blurry. But
it was actually Jackson Anderson.
It'll be 3rd and about 5 for Mavericks here early. Quarterback Blake Ferguson has 22 touchdown passes on the year, 1,800 yards passing. Trips the top of your screen. They'll empty the motion Webb back in the backfield. They'll inside zone from the motion, and he'll pick up the first down and then some.
Yeah, that
was
good
design there.
Good 3rd down run there to get the first down. He moved the football down inside the 40 to the 36. And so Southside's got something brewing early.
When you go that empty look, you might move a backer out, and then you motion it back in quick and do the inside zone, and then they're down a man, and then you have a numbers advantage. It's all a numbers game. They'll go trips top of your screen, single receiver to the bottom, hurry up offense here in the rain. Motion receiver back across here. Well, out route to the motion man, and he said immediately, and he's planted stuck there. That probably is Eli. I can tell by body language that was Eli.
Yeah. Eli never saw a big hit he couldn't get up and pump his fist on. That was a great job there, Eli. 2nd down and a long 4.
Southside still going quick. Keep the same personnel on the field. Quarterback will look to the sideline. They'll still go trips to the top. Actually, they'll go empty look. They'll probably motion someone. They've been doing nothing but motion. They'll motion Webb back in the backfield. And they'll stick with the inside zone look like they did on the 3rd down play, and he'll pick up more than enough for the first, and the ball will be on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, you're seeing one of the keys we talked about was the offensive line and creating some space. In this kind of weather tonight, the offensive line that has the most success is probably going to be the victor tonight. And early, you've seen their line create big holes.
Trips to the top of your screen, single receiver to the bottom. Ferguson takes a snap. They'll throw a little pop action out there, and they'll screen to the receiver. Will pick up about 15 and bring him inside. It'll be first and goal.
Flag, too, is the first caller, I believe.
From that, it'll be half the distance from there. Being told it's Forskren. You know, I think, you talk about film study on teams. 4 straight weeks now, we've seen that teams have gone to
that pop pass,
the pop pass or some type of tunnel, some type of bubble, some concept that gets you out in space and gets you on the edge quick.
Yeah, they've seen on film that once you throw it out quick and get to a skilled athlete out in space, we've had trouble handling that. So definitely the film doesn't lie.
And the motion number 4, Key, back in the backfield. They'll go inside zone here with number 15, Webb, and he'll go in for the score. Touchdown, Mavericks.
So that was pretty methodical, right down from the very moment they had one penalty that set them back. But they pretty much did what they wanted to, whether it was through the passing game or on the ground, Luke.
And nothing too complex.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it was either an out route, a pop, an inside zone, something quick hitter.
The key is really, keep the other team off balance. And they did a good job keeping us off balance there, and they marched it right down the field and lead the football game 7-0.
So 7:06 left here in the first quarter. The score is Fort Smith Southside 7, Siloam Springs Panthers 0. On the first series, the Panthers went 3 and out. Only were able to gain about 3 yards of total offense. In a game like tonight, points will be at a premium, or you would think. I mean, I've seen games in a downpour that have gone into the 40s. It's just about, kind of break and you catch. So here on the kickoff, we'd like to see a good return. Last time we bobbled on the kickoff. Dennis, so let's kind of talk about this upcoming week in Panther Athletics. Like I said, this upcoming week is the India Lewis Memorial Classic, their memorial tournament. The girls' action will start at 4:30 in the PAC. If you're wanting to watch the Siloam Springs Panthers on the girls' side, they actually do not play till Wednesday night there in the PAC. On the boys' side, our boys actually play the same time. They'll play Wednesday at 5:45 in the PAC. Got about, 15 to 20 different schools. So it's not all the same boys and girls schools, but the tournament's played throughout the week. So if you want to catch some basketball, it will be played Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Come out and watch. Great return by Mikey. Reverse field. He'll get to their sideline. He's at least going to be to the 46-yard line. There will be my understanding of the bracket, there is no Tuesday night game, at least in the PAC, because that's where we'll be playing. The Varsity will have their home opener there. So Tuesday night, if you're looking to watch some Varsity basketball, the girls and boys will have their home opener against Southside, who are playing tonight, in the PAC. So go out and watch. I was at Panther Pride Night last night. It was a fun atmosphere. Both teams, all games were competitive in the inter-squad scrimmage. Panthers will have the ball 1st and 10 here. Little pistol set. We'll run counter back into our sideline, and the Panthers get about 2 yards there. It's the last game of the year. So offensively, you're not trying to, do it all. Anything.
Yeah, you're not holding anything back.
The reverse, the hook and, anything under the sun that you've already done, that has been, just go for it.
Yeah, if you've worked on it in practice, it's open game here.
Give us the short into their sideline, and he's met by about 7 Mavericks, and that will be a loss of
Do we not
6.
have forward progress? For Christ.
I think this is week 10 with you, my friend, and you have discussed the Arkansas officials.
Well, he
marking
got
of
to
the
the
football.
45 when he was first hit, and they just kept pushing him back, and they've marked him at the 42.
Can you write a very well-worded email? You can use ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever you want to use, and then send it on to Lance and Joey.
Was it like your opening? Did you use ChatGPT in your opening?
What I like to do is, and a little throwback slip screen there to Stasio, and we'll get almost back to the original last scrimmage, is just ask it to give you something as if Bob Costas was doing it.
Yeah, it had a little Bob Costas.
Bob, he would have talked about the month, like the joys of November.
4th down and 11 here for the Panthers.
And we come out as if we're going for it, but we've also checked and then had Dane back up and then just had Dane punt, which is exactly what we'll do here. And no one is back for Southside, so this should be in our favor. The ball will hit at the 24, and it will die right there, and we'll down at the 25-yard line. So in two possessions.
2 possessions, no first downs.
I don't think we were negative there, so we're about at 0 total yards, but a lot of football left to play. A lot of football.
Yeah, but our defense has got to step up on this drive. We can't let them methodically march down the field again. We've got to figure out a way to get them behind the chains, disrupt them a little bit here, maybe big play on first down. stun up front, get some pressure on the quarterback.
Get them off script
Gotta
because
get 'em off script.
because their ability to go no huddle because everything was positive did not help us. So they'll go with the pop. But this time we're all over it. We missed the first tackle, but we'll still bring them down at the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's one of those plays we just talked about right there. That's a big play. If you can get him on the ground, it's going to be a loss of 3 yards.
At least slow him down, which Jack was there early.
Yep. So it ended up a gain of 1. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
The ability of a safety to run the alley is crucial to, all levels, but definitely high school sports. So trips here into our boundary. They'll move Webb over to theirs. They'll go a little zone action here with him. He'll scoot around, and he'll pick up probably 5 and make it 3rd and a long 3, 3.5, 4. Big down here for the Panthers.
Yeah, this is a big down. You want to get your defense off the field. Get them off without scoring points.
I think they got us in the neutral zone. Oh, they didn't say we crossed. Here we go. They'll check. They'll look to the sideline. 2 receivers at the top, 2 receivers at the bottom. I think they'll probably go to Webb here. That's been their go-to in short yards. They'll go back to pass. Little hitches across the board. And it's intercepted by the Panthers.
Jackson
Anderson all over it. First down for the Panthers right there at the 44-yard line.
That's a break, Luke. We talked about it. Getting off the field. Our defense made a play, got off the field. We're going to have our best starting position of the night. Panthers have got to put some points on the board.
You talked about going in for next year. What does this leave for next year? Jackson Anderson's had a stellar year this year in terms of his growth as a player. I think that's his 2nd interception of the year. He's been on a lot of big plays. You've just seen him get better and better. I think defensively, I heard from Coach Lockridge on lunch duty, 8 guys tonight will be back next year.
Yeah, that's big.
That's growth.
That's big. That's development. That's what you want to see.
Panthers will have trips here into our boundary. Marlette at quarterback. They gave us to Estacio up the middle. He'll pick up maybe 3. The ball's on the turf, and everyone's pointing that Southside ball, including the official, and we immediately give it right back. You hate to see that.
Well,
the double turnover, never what you want to see.
It's the double-edged sword because, part of your philosophy is we get a lot of backs touches, but that's the first touch for him during the game. It's wet football. Maybe he's not ready. Ball pops out. Looks like they've got 1 down.
If I know something about that young man, though, he caught the screen pass there. His first carry is that we can give it to him. This will not deter him. He will want the ball again.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword because you keep your backs fresh when you rotate backs and you give everybody lots of touches. Sometimes it's great, and every once in a while it'll jump up and bite you. But that's a mistake you hate to see. After the big interception, we give it right back to them, and our defense now definitely has to stand up again and get them off the field.
A little bit of a break here before they come back. I just want to remind folks this Monday at 11 a.m. in the PAC is the Veterans Day Assembly. If you're a community member, please come on out to Siloam Springs High School as we honor everyone who served our country, and thank you for doing so to protect our freedoms. So the keeper this time by Forsgren, and he'll pick up 20 on the keeper after a little zone read action. The Mavericks bench going crazy. I almost said their former mascot. That's going to be a bad habit for me all night.
Yeah, that was a pretty good run there. Pretty good read by the quarterback. Had he given it to the back, they were going to be tackled for a loss. And so he pulled it out last second and got a big gain there.
So they'll go quick here, trips to our sideline, single receiver up top. They'll go in. This is a go-to. He'll cut up. He'll just slice it straight through, and he'll take it in for 6. Touchdown for number 15, Jaden Webb. This is the trick to the no huddle. First down, inside zone. First down, inside zone. That's exactly what they did here. Is they took it right through the heart of our defense, in for 6.
Yeah. Okay.
So with 3:31 left here in the first, pending the PAT, it's 13-0.
Not the start you wanted, Luke, but now we're down 14 to nothing early.
Here's what I will say this before you say your thought is that in a game like this, turnovers will come. Like a turnover is bound to happen. It's just on what side of it are we going to be.
Well, sure, and I think in addition to that, what do you do with the turnovers you get? In our situation, we got a turnover and gave it right back to them, so we didn't capitalize. They get the turnover 2 plays later.
I know. Well, I said, yeah.
It's a big deal.
Losing the ball.
It's momentum in high school football, right?
Yeah, losing the ball, getting the ball, and if you get the ball, what do you do with the ball?
Yep.
I mean, it's that simple. But with we're not even through the first quarter.
Oh, it's early,
Yeah.
but I can tell you, week 10, we've not had a ton of success lately. It's hard. It's hard to fight that mental game, when you're down 14-0 early and it's week 10.
Oh yeah, with 15 to 18-year-old young men.
The good news is your messaging as a coach. I mean, it's built in for you. Hey, we're trying to get better. We're trying to develop. We got a lot of young kids playing, and they can develop into kids that'll be back next year.
And we put it on the turf. We tried the little reverse that we often do on our kickoff return that at times picks up some chunk plays. This time, again, the elements taking effect.
Yeah. That's the 4th time that we've had the football and it's hit the turf.
I talked about it, and I don't know if we necessarily did this in practice this week, but you talk about collegiate level, NFL level, they talk about putting balls in wet bags, those different things. Weather's hard to predict anyway, as we all know.
Yep.
But even if you do that, it's not the same. Folks, you can't really tell on the live stream right now, but the rain is coming down pretty hard. We'll go back to our Clemson wing tee set, and they give us to KD in the fullback dive. He'll pick up maybe 3 or 4. I talked to KD this week. I said, how did it feel to get that touchdown taken off the board? He said, hey, this week I'm going to get another one. I'll get one this week.
Well, that's great. That's a great mindset.
From a senior, you talked about, being knocked out of playoffs, him still wanting to battle, compete.
Absolutely, yeah. But that dude's a warrior, right? That dude is a warrior.
Yeah, we had a flag actually down for our formation there, so they'll back us up 5, be 1st and 15.
Putting ourselves behind the chains here, 1st and 15.
So we'll stick in the wing tee. We didn't come out in this, so we're going back to what's been our most ran formation set. We'll do a little dead toss there to Estacio. Like I said, that guy, he doesn't care that he fumbled it. He'll continue to grind and run through it, and he'll
got a 9-yard gain there, so that's gonna get us back into 2nd down and manageable. From 1st and 15 to 2nd down and 6. That's a pretty good run there from Ryan.
What I'd love to see is the big play, the Mason Short 70, 65, hits a crease, gets to the line, gets to 2nd level, and bounces one and goes. Or the Cade Davidson, Johnny on the spot, taking it for about 40 down the sideline.
No flags.
No flags on the play.
Awesome. You called that a few plays ago, but Caden nearly took that one to the house. The safety had the angle on it, so he was able to run him out of bounds about the 28-yard line. But you know what? I believe that quick hitter is probably going to be effective tonight from what we've seen earlier.
And this time it's to Mason towards our sideline. They try to run a little buck sweep action. The first puller barely got out, and the second definitely didn't.
Yes, sir.
Hey, a little
That's
extracurricular. There we go.
Yeah, number 45 wanted to
Does that make
shove him in the back of the helmet after it was over with. I mean,
should
clearly
we be
after the whistle.
celebrating unsportsmanlike conduct penalties?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going off. He's going off like, what did I do? Well, you shoved him in the back of the helmet. It's pretty easy.
So that will pick up some extra yardage here for the Panthers.
And it was right in front of the White Hat, so that's probably not the best location.
Is that where, if I'm going to commit a penalty, should I do it right in front
Probably
of
not.
the lead official?
Probably not.
Okay, all right, just checking. I know.
So that takes the football down inside the 15.
And we'll go quick here with 2:14 left in the first. Give us to Flores on the dive, and he's met for about a gain of 1.
Yeah, that's going to bring up second down and about 9, maybe 8.
The white hat getting after the sideline guy over here for us. I wonder what that's about. They'll go stick in the wing tee. We're tight here with Estacio, Short, and Flores. A little movement there early. We'll give to Estacio. He's going to break. It's a run that he scored on earlier this year, and he'll pick up the first. It'll be first and goal on the 4. Little movement, little breaks here for the Panthers. Trying to make a statement here after going down early, 14-0.
Yeah, this is a great drive, bounce back drive here. This needs to end in 7 here. Our offensive line has done a good job on this drive, creating holes and gaps for our backs to get through.
And we already have a lot of confidence on the sideline. I saw Camden Newell running for his block. On the ball, the announcer's curse. Ball's on the turf. I don't see Southside pointing, so I feel like we got right on top of it.
Yep. Second down and about
second goal from 5.
Yep. Looked like Gio came out with that one.
It was great awareness by Gio. He did get right on top of it.
Bring a dry ball in. That's good.
Interesting here. Short's a little tucked tighter here, so he's going to be a lead blocker. Definitely is. A little toss to Estacio, cut it back. He saw the hole, and no signal, no signal. The student section seems to think touchdown. Everyone seems to think touchdown, but the guys who are in the zebra stripes will mark it short. It's about a football length from the end zone, so with 45 seconds left here in the first quarter, it'll be third and goal. Just shy of the goal line. Well, they popped that confetti there a little premature there on the confetti pop. So Marlette will go under center. We'll be here tucked tight. Probably give it to Flores here and just pound it in. Marlette will kick. Push. Touchdown, Panthers.
Yeah, that's exactly what the doctor ordered right there, Luke. Drove down the field.
And for Marlette, a senior, scoring a touchdown on senior night here in Panther Stadium's got to be a big thrill for him. I wish I could hear the fight song playing with the weather. Our band is not out there, but I can hear it in my head.
That's right.
Hold snap, kick. And with 27 seconds left here in the first, the score is Southside 14, Siloam 7. Just what we needed here as we about head into the second quarter.
Yeah, Luke, you talked about it there. The seniors on that drive alone, you had KD broke off about a 40-yard run. You had your quarterback, Dane Marlette, get the finish and get the touchdown. But Gio was Johnny on the spot and covered a fumble inside the 5. And so you had 3 seniors make big plays on that drive alone.
Yeah, so as we got a little break here, talk about some other sports. This past Wednesday, our swim team went to, I think, the Jones Center. They did go to the Jones Center. Coach DeGage seemed pretty pleasant. She seemed pretty pleased with the first meet of the year. Of course, there's a long season ahead. State's not till February, but this upcoming Wednesday, they will once again be at the Jones Center to take on Fayetteville. So shout out to the swim team. Coach DeGage seems pretty excited about what the season ahead and what they can accomplish.
Short kick here. Going to bounce.
Little bounce. Fielded and taken down our sideline. Unless Newell makes a play, this guy might be in for 6. Slow him down. He's down the sideline. He is gone. Touchdown, Mavericks. Number 16, Peyton Zimmerman, their second leading receiver for the actually, he's their leading receiver. I think the idea is on that kick is a little hop kind of slows them down, or we get a bobble, but
yeah, they didn't have any trouble with the wet football there. It bounced up right to him like it was meant to, and he only had to make one guy miss. It was the kicker. So not
the response coming out of the touchdown 10 seconds later, no. Man,
I will say this.
Good.
Southside has jumped out to big leads. They are a first-half football team. They've had big leads throughout the year on conference opponents. only to lose those leads in the second half or late in the football game.
Oh, I mean, I think they had Shiloh down.
They had Shiloh
Yeah,
down
yeah.
big. They've had a lot of people down big, and early on in the football game, and then they've in the second half they just didn't have the depth, and it's wore down. But right now they're playing really well on the road. Last game of the year against the Siloam Springs Panthers, it's 21-7.
With 15 seconds left here in the first. Trying to look up scores from around the state, and currently Fearless shows not a score. Either a weather delay across the state or no one's reported.
Fortunately tonight, all we've had in the last hour and a half is rain.
I know. That is, and you know what? It's crazy because for about 2 months we've talked about we need rain, and now I'm like, can we just not get rain? McKinley will bounce it back to our sideline, and he'll be brought down to the 25-yard line, be first and 10 Panthers from that spot. Great drive last time that was set up by about 35-yard run by Caden Davidson. There's a big game going on over at Gravett tonight.
Huge. Gravett and Gentry.
Gravett
That's
and
for
Gentry.
second place in that conference.
Yes. Talked to Director of Maintenance Randall Bollinger. He definitely was going to be in attendance for that one or keeping his eye on it.
Oh, he'll be there.
He'll be there.
He'll have his rain gear on. So here we go. Need to answer here.
We'll go back to our wing tee look with Estacio short and Flores in the backfield. Give us to Shore on a little buck sweep action. He'll follow blockers originally, and then he'll find a place to cut back, and he'll pick up 8, 7.
Yeah.
Be second and short for the Pan. That will end the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, the score is Fort Smith 21, Siloam Springs 7. So at the field right now, you're going to see I think that's Northside faculty.
Yep.
Which, ladies and gentlemen, Northside, that's the first building our sweet students get to go to in this district as they start their journey. They start there and end here at the high school. So shout out to those folks on the field right now that I can't do what they do. I only know the high school side. I could never do what they do. Or what you do at your building. So shout out to them.
I have a little bit of an idea of what they do because their kids come directly to Allen after they leave Northside. And so I know that they are some of the hardest working people out there. Any elementary teacher that basically puts himself in a room with 25 young kids every day, that's a challenge.
Oh, for sure. First and 10 Panthers, or second and 3 here for the Panthers. We'll go fullback dive, and we'll only get a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 2. Big third down here, just in terms of moving the sticks, keeping the ball, things we've preached for weeks.
Grinding out drives, keeping their defense on the field.
Stop me if we've said this before. And we'll give us to Short. He'll hit a crease. He'll get the first, and then a few more. I thought the ball there for a second.
Flag.
I see it as well.
It's going to be against
It
the
is.
Panthers.
I mean, we're getting a stern talking to there on our offensive line. This is the same crew we had, I believe, when we played Greenwood. And that night, there were no holding calls. They're calling chop. Are they calling chop? Did they just?
They just call it chop block.
2 straight weeks.
Yeah, last week's was not a chop. I don't want to
so
go back.
I went back. So, talking to coaches, looking at what. Basically, we blocked a kid over someone who was already on the ground, which isn't the intent of the rule.
No.
So on this one, we have to look at it later. But 2 straight weeks where this has put us way back. So 3rd and 16 here for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's a tough break there.
And Estacio, he'll pick up some great yardage, but we'll still be short of the first down.
Yeah, he lowered his head there at the end and tried to deliver a lick, but it's going to be 4th down and about 6 from the 30-yard line. So the Panthers will punt here. They did have a mistake. They threw an interception, but so far they've been able to handle the football. Oh, that's offside. That's going to give us.
Oh yeah, I mean
That's going to give us a choice to make.
close enough that I think at this point of the season you go for it, and with being down 14 near early.
Their coach has lost his mind over there.
You know anything about losing your
Oh,
mind?
they're calling a false start on
No.
us. No
Well,
way.
now we're losing our mind.
That's unbelievable. Their head coach is losing his mind. He knows exactly what it was. Our coach is 15 feet on the field.
I mean, he's more than that. The numbers are about 10 yards from that sideline. So yeah, he was full. Hey, go on, Coach Lockridge. Get him. 4th and 11, 10:59 left here in the first half. Good snap, kick is away.
Good punt.
He'll fair catch, and he'll let it bounce.
he
He
did
didn't
not
want
want
any part of that. No, sir. I wouldn't either.
He's like, nope. I will not try to catch this one. It is sky high into the rain.
And the white hat and Coach Lockridge still getting after it. Coach is saying, you got to be kidding me.
That was going to be 4th and 1 with a choice to maybe go for it there, and they've come out of there with a false start penalty.
Who do you think was more passionate right there? I'm using passion. I think it's the most positive connotation I can give. Coach Lockridge or Coach Smith? Which, shout out to Coach Smith, a veteran of the U.S. Army.
Absolutely.
And they'll stick to what's gotten them a lot of yardage offensively with the run game there with Webb, but he stopped right there at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 9.
D-line did much better there, closing the gap up front and pursuing the football, so great job.
They're going a little slower tempo. They've been no huddle up to this point. They a little stack at the top, which is usually a pop straight to that side. They'll motion 16 Zimmerman to that side, which means they may still go that way, but they give us to Webb again. A lot of inside zone look action here early.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and about 4.
What? Stop. I mean,
maybe 4.5.
Why not just keep doing it? Till we force them to stop giving the inside zone game.
Well, when you've got a 21-7 lead, you want the clock to run, and you don't want to do anything too risky. So handing it to your best running back, that's getting 4, 5, 6, 7 yards every time he touches it. Not a bad idea.
No, but they'll actually go empty. They'll motion him back in. It's the same look they've shown us. So he's in the slot right now on our sideline. They'll motion him back in. The give is to him. Exactly the same look.
Nice
this time
job,
we're all
Panthers.
over it.
Nice job, Panthers.
We'll corral them, a host of Panthers. Now bring up a 4th and 5, and we're down in distance, and where the ball is currently marked, they'll bring out their punt unit, and they'll give the ball back to the Panthers here with 9 minutes left in the half. Not only 9 minutes left in the half, I feel like we're in the 3rd quarter, but we're still 9 minutes left in the half.
Right. And here first time you've had a long snap here. Maybe
He's going to put it on the ground.
Let's talk about
He's going to put it on the ground.
Let's talk about it. Let's jinx it.
He's going to put it on the ground.
Over his head, or it'll dribble to him.
This isn't going to end well for them, Dennis. I'm already calling it. This is going to end well for the Panthers.
Oh.
That's right at him. Almost a block there by Boaz. He got in there, and that will actually be a fantastic punt that will end up down at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, so, I agree with both of these coaches not putting anybody back to catch the football tonight. I would say,
The Kevin Kelly method.
Yeah. I would probably, under the conditions, knowing that everything's going to be a tick slower, I would probably punt block every opportunity tonight, put a little pressure on them, game pressure. They might drop it, put it on the turf. I don't know. I'd do whatever I could tonight to squeeze one out, have positive momentum going into off-season.
So 1st and 10 Panthers here. Ball on the 27-yard line. 8:46 left in the half. We've had one drive that went for 65 yards. We'll go a little snug, tight look. I can't even.
Whoa! Well, that looked a little funky.
Give us to Nixon Gomez there. Kind of snuck him there in a little. We used to have a play called the Reggie where you kind of snuck a guy in that you kind of hid behind the offense. I'm not sure that was the intent. But
that D lineman grabbed him by the.
Well, they have one of their best D linemen, their nose guard, number 95. 5, Nico Pizzana, was ejected, I believe, in the Greenwood game and is not with them tonight.
They're actually pretty good size up front. Oh,
And,
here we go.
well, he's looking forward. I don't know if he was looking at but and we're running. I can't tell. So usually by body language you can tell, and from body language it's on us. And he double checked for number, personal foul, and sportsmanlike conduct on the Panthers.
Offsetting.
And on Southside. So, and early here in the game, with 8 minutes left in the half, we've had 3 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
Is that bad?
I don't think that's what you want out of high school athletics.
I agree with
I don't
that.
think that.
I agree. 3rd down and about 7.
We're trying to
Maybe a short
raise
7.
young men here and to be grown men. Little play action. We're going to throw it up top to Mikey. Had single receiver coverage, but the ball is thrown out of bounds, and that will bring up 4th down, and that will bring on the Panther punt unit. I like the thought. Little play action look, single receiver there. You got to give him the shot. You got to give him the
don't
shot.
want the ball to land 4 yards out of bounds.
No, you got to give him the chance. Yep.
Give him the chance to make a play. All right, 4th down. Panthers will be on to punt again. They do have someone back. Nice snap.
You just want to catch it and get it off.
Good punt.
And he'll catch it right at the spot of the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 Southside right there. I never thought on a Friday night I'd be saying ACC action of Cal versus Wake Forest in football.
Yeah, that's really turned the college athletics upside down, and all the changes to conference play.
I did see the newly elected president one of the things that was discussed was changing the landscape of college athletics. I think the quote I saw was "Look out NCAA." I'm curious of what that will look like.
We got bigger problems than that.
Well, no, I agree. We're not getting into politics here. I'm just making the conference realignment thing has shifted the game. A little pop pass there up the top, and Southside immediately picks up about 15 yards.
Yeah, we need to stay in our lane, let college athletics, do their thing. I actually don't like how the NIL has changed college athletics, but I do believe those college athletes do deserve money for the work that they put in and the millions of dollars they bring into their university. So I do think I like parts of the idea of NIL.
Can someone in the crowd please towel off the front of the press box here so we can see some of the field? So I understand what's going on to explain. There is a penalty, a lot of conversation. They didn't move the stick, so this is against Southside. Holding on Southside, they'll back them up. And then have face masks, so offsetting. So we'll play it all back, folks, from the same spot, but with just a little less time on the clock. That's just an update. Number 1, KU playing number 9, North Carolina, and some round ball. The score is KU 77, North Carolina 69.
Well, that's a good competitive game. Is that game over?
No, 9:52 left in the game. Trips to the top of your screen, single receiver to the bottom. They'll run a little GT read with the quarterback there, and he'll pick up 8. Little wrinkle that they haven't shown with a gap scheme read there.
Yeah, he's actually read two reads, and he's got big yardage on both. So he does a good job reading.
Boaz Benson down on the play. Yeah, that time, you run, you put the back directly next to the quarterback, so he's not a little bit behind to take that inside zone, and he runs a flat line, and then you just fall in right behind your guard and your tackle that are pulling.
Yeah, that number 1 Kansas-North Carolina game has really tightened up in the second half. It was a big lead for Kansas at halftime. Remember, Kansas came to the bud a week or two ago.
What were your thoughts on last night's game? Former basketball coach, Mr. Yoakum.
I think they did what they had to do to win by 16 at home, but did not shoot the ball very well. I hope our 3-point percentage.
He's worried, folks. That's his word.
Increases.
That's his word.
I'm not worried.
He's worried.
I want to see us against Baylor tomorrow and see what we do against them. But we're very talented, I'll tell you that.
Second two for Fort Smith here. Trips to the top of their screen. They'll motion Webb back across. They'll go a little inside zone with him again, as they continue to do. His probably 18th carry of the game. He'll be stopped just short of the first down, so it'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, a whole host of Panthers met the ball carrier at the just before the line of scrimmage there. So 3rd and 1 here. You want the clock to run if you're Southside. You probably won't take a shot here, but this probably is a shot for a little. This is a spot for play action pass. You're near midfield. You got less than a yard to go. Probably would go for it if it was 4th down.
They're going to give it to Webb.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Or just draw us off.
You know, we've been lining up a little bit off the line of scrimmage as to not jump. So
They're not going to get. They'll go inside zone with Webb again. He'll pick up the first. Fun fact, since you said a whole host of Panthers, what do you actually call? You know, if it's a line, you call them a pride of lines. What would you call a group of Panthers?
Oh, I know this because I've looked it up before. It's something weird. It's different. It's not a.
Give us to Webb again. This time he'll pick up 13 on the carry. Webb well over 100 on the night. With just the same, they're not. I mean, they're an inside zone team, and they continue to just stick with that as they pick up 8 to 9 to 7 every carry.
I know I'm gonna hate this when you tell me, but go ahead and tell me.
A group of Panthers is called the Claw.
Claw of Panthers.
A Claw
yes.
of Panthers.
Why
Ladies
can
and
I not
gentlemen, if
remember
you
that?
have one takeaway from this live stream this season is that a group of Panthers is called the Claw. So 1st and 10 for Southside here. They'll spread it out, and they'll actually change backs, but they'll go with the same concept. They'll pick up 5 on the inside zone there. They gave us number 20, Joaquin Fox. They're not reinventing the wheel here.
Yeah,
They're going to spread us out 4 wide and then give to the back on inside zone.
Yeah, we've talked about this on and off mic all year, but it's really simple stuff, right? Get good at what you do, and they're really good at blocking.
And they'll go at it again, and this time Webb will pick up 10, and he'll pick up another first down. And what I'm seeing is you continue to hit him with inside zone, inside zone, inside zone. It's only a matter of time when Blake Forsgren pulls the ball on zone read, because we don't block the end on whatever side, zone left, zone right. He pulls it, and then he house
Takes
calls
it to the house,
Yep.
yep. Like I said, he's had 2 really good reads, and they were both big gainers. He's going to do
And
it
there's the guard tackle.
There it is.
That time is the guard tackle counter with him.
5-yard gain.
I'm curious. It is interesting. They run inside zone, and that's a gap scheme. Well, I don't know why they just don't run a traditional zone read with them. That's coming. So 2nd and 5 with 4:40 left here in the half. The score is Fort Smith 21, Siloam Springs 7. Both teams winless on the season in conference play. Shout out to all the Panther faithful here in attendance, but shout out to all you listening, have listened to us all year. We're thankful that you do so. Keeping us employed. Little duo motion there with their back, and this time the Panthers are able to stop them for a 1-yard gain. Yes,
A claw
of Panthers in on the play. Yes, me and Mr. Yoakum do actually have other jobs for the Siloam Springs School District. This is not it.
Yeah. We like this, though. I don't know. If I could do this
I volunteered you for basketball. I said that you do every basketball game. So.
Well, Tracy might have something to say about
Miss
that.
Yoakum would be disappointed. She's already mad at me right now. She's probably messaging me right now. For saying that.
I am not doing basketball.
And tell me if you've heard this before. Inside zone give by Fort Smith, picks up 6, first down, Fort Smith.
Yep.
And that time, I don't know if you saw it, but Forsgren did carry out the fake on the read. It's coming.
I saw it.
The moment
he probably
he pulls the
would have got
ball,
more yards. He
he's
probably would have got more yards.
He's going to walk in the end zone.
Yep. they're being really methodical here because they're already up 2 scores. They're in the red zone now with 3 minutes and 18 seconds. So they're going to be really deliberate, try to use as much clock as possible.
I'm going to get so they'll empty out and they'll move Webb back in the backfield, and then they'll go. There's the zone, and this time he carries out the fake, and then he'll go into the end zone for 6.
What did you say? They're going to mark him down
at the one. Well, Mr. Yoakum, when you're up here, it's a little unfair. It's like playing a video game. You can see it happening before it occurs. Now, and they'll go quick, and then there's no secret here. The give will be to Webb, and it'll be inside zone. They'll spread everyone out, and there it is.
Yep. He scored.
Touchdown, Southside. So with 2:53 left here in the first half, the score is Fort Smith 27, Siloam 7, in a game that has been predominantly dominated by the Southside run game.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of just doing what they do.
Hey,
early in the game, you remember they kept us off balance, but now it's just a steady diet of what they do well.
I'm going to talk to Mike Jones from the Herald Leader at half, but I would imagine this has been easy for him to keep a stat sheet because it's not anything too complex in terms of what he's tracking. But I would imagine Webb has 15 to 20 carries in the 120 to 150 range with multiple touchdowns.
Right. And the quarterback's got at least 3 or 4 carries for about 50 yards.
Yeah. Well, and they do have, and then they have the one kickoff return for 6. So Panthers here to receive. They elected to receive to start the game. So the next 2 minutes and 53 seconds are crucial in terms of if you get down and you can score, you make it a 2-score game with Southside taking the kickoff. If you don't, it's 3-score game and you're giving the ball back at half.
Who do the Vikings play this weekend?
The Minnesota Vikings will travel down to beautiful Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars.
Oh, that's
in our crusade through
turbo clock.
In our crusade through the AFC South. Little squibber, that will give us some hope here on this drive as the legal procedure will put the ball at the 35-yard line. Yeah, we'll try. No, don't say that. What will happen is we will go down to Jacksonville. We'll get boat raced, to quote my good friend, who uses the term boat race, and we'll lose. Now, here's what's going to happen. I'll just give it to you plain and simple. We may beat them, and then we'll turn around and lose to Tennessee the next week.
You're going to that one. You don't want them to lose that one.
Thanks. Yep.
No, the most Vikings thing would be that they are down all game. They come back and score a field goal under a minute left to take the lead, and then they give up a 62-yard field goal at the buzzer to get beat.
Why do you have to do this?
That's the most Vikings thing ever.
Is this because the Raiders season was over at the start of the year?
Absolutely.
Marlette will be in the kind of a pistol set here, and he'll give to Flores, and he'll bounce it towards their sideline.
It's
a big run. This is the start you wanted coming off of that with 2:46 left in the half, and the ball will be at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, if you can get a score here, kind of, stem the tide a little bit, take the momentum back. It's still a 2-score game if you can get points here. You got some hope at halftime. Marlette gets the sign from the sideline. Back to Gio.
We didn't get the second puller out. He actually passed his second puller, which is never what you want to see. As a former O-line coach, never what you want to see. Coach Johnson probably going to talk about that at half.
Yeah, I see number 73, freshman. Kale Satolovich out there.
Whose brother starts for Air Force. We'll run counter again, and this time Gio will cut it back up, and he'll pick up a lot of yardage. He'll pick up maybe 8, 9, and put the ball there at the 42-yard line, 3rd and 2.
Didn't love the spot, Luke. I know it's going to shock you.
No.
They
And
knew
it
Gio
met,
was gonna get
met immediately.
So it's going to be fourth down and about, he's going to lose a yard, so it's going to be fourth down and about 3
With
here.
1:45 left in the
And
half.
there's a flag. Oh, there's
Late
whoa.
flag? Whoa,
Yeah, and it's,
way back there.
it's
way
gonna be against
back
Southside
there.
here, I
Move
believe.
that bad boy up.
unnecessary roughness, I think, after the play is going to.
Dennis, that flag was thrown almost by the Panther statue in the entryway of Panther Stadium. It's so far back there. And you nailed it. You called it, my friend. That's the, what, fifth? 15-yarder?
They've ejected him.
They have.
They've ejected the player. Okay.
So, folks, when there's an ejection that takes place, and I'll go and look at it right here. When an ejection takes place in high school football, it usually means a punch was thrown.
It's going to be at the top of your screen up there and see what happens. No, that was a previous play. So it's going to be first down and 10 with the ball on the 28-yard line. So that's a break for the Panthers. 1:29 to go in the first half. Panthers on the move here. Have a shot to get some points on the board. Okay, hang on here. We've blown it dead. The White Hat's coming over. We're going to put some more. 1:45. 1:45 back on the clock. Okay.
All right, I'm at the 3rd and 2 play, so I'll watch it for you. Oh. So he was ejected. I'm just going from what I saw for a gesture he made after the play that was deemed inappropriate, which probably led to the ejection.
Well.
So 1st and 10 here after the penalty. We'll go counter or buck sweep up to their sideline, and Gio was met immediately after a gain of 1.
Okay, yep. Can't do that. We won't tell you what he did, but you can probably go back and watch it yourself. 2nd down and 9. Clock is running. It's 1:20 to go in the first half. Panthers really need to get in the end zone here.
We'll go with, I'll just call it Gio Cat. Gio at quarterback. We'll go motion here. He'll read it. He'll keep it. We were just 1 inch. I mean, if he doesn't get tackled by that guy and gets behind the block there by Hudson Lockridge, he gets at least to the sticks. So we'll take a timeout with 1:07 left to play in the half. It'll be 3rd and long for the Panthers. This is a big opportunity. Cut to a 2-score game. You talked about a lot of blown leads by Southside. Cutting it to 2 here at the half would be massive towards what the second half looks like.
Yes, sir, Lucas. It puts a little game pressure. I like to use that term, game pressure, because they're high school kids. You're sitting out there 3-4 scores, something like that. No game pressure. But if you cut that to two possessions and then you make a mistake early in the second half, it could snowball on you. So I like having game pressure on the other team. Got 1:07 here. It's going to be 3rd down and about 8, Luke. We're going to have to pull something out and make a play here to push it in the end zone.
Well, with still having a timeout left in the pocket, and of course getting the first down stops the clock.
I might go back to that wing tee and let Caden Davidson touch it right now. We look like we're going to be in that set.
We're in it. You got Mason, you've got KD.
Jackson Anderson.
Well, based on alignment, it looks like they got, there's the KD. He'll cut it back. He'll make one man miss. Oh, he called it. Touchdown, Caden Davidson. He said it in the school this week he would score, and there it is, folks. There's a senior getting a touchdown right when the Panthers needed it.
Yeah, if you remember earlier in the first quarter, they gave it to him on that same look, and he got about a 40-yard gain. They have not went back to him, and that was a great call there by Coach. Excellent job, Coach Turner.
My quote to him when I saw him was, when we run the fullback trap or if we run dive, you need to guarantee me that you'll score. And he goes, yes, sir. So Hey,
I like the fact that he said, yes, sir.
Shout
nice
out
job,
to
Cade.
KD.
Heck of a job there. And that, who's our holder? Dane? Dane
Yeah,
did
Dane.
a tremendous job
Of getting
with
that ball down.
Yeah, that snap.
That was better than Kirk Herbstreit on a Saturday on game day, all right?
Yeah, hey, that was a great job by Dane Marlette, senior, getting the ball down. Camden putting it through the uprights. And so here it is, 28-14, just how we dialed it up. Now, 101 to play, so you cannot
Give
relax
up
here.
the score. You
Cannot relax here because they're going to get the football to start second
Let's get
half.
some good juju going here.
Here we
They're
go.
going to put the ball on the turf.
Yes,
We're going to
yes.
get it back. Let's go, Panthers. Let's
I
get it
feel
going.
it. I feel it. Let's get
Come
the ball.
on, Panther Nation.
Let's get that ball bouncing around on the
let's
turf.
go.
Get it wet. Somebody kicks it, makes it look
Boots it around. I don't care what happens.
like a blooper.
That's do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I'm all for it.
Get the circus gun, the Fort Smith live stream guys. They're just looking at us like we're crazy. And maybe we are. Here we go, folks. Kick us away.
There we go.
Little squib. Oh,
There we
shot.
go. There we go. There's one shank.
Get the circus going here. Let's keep him, rush
in
contain
your
lanes.
In your lanes.
And
There we
we'll
go.
bring him down there at the 34-yard line with 53 seconds left to play.
All right. Now your defense has got to stand up here. Your defense really needs to step up.
I'm thinking like a Stu sack or a Boaz sack, or heck, KD's already back on the field. He might make something happen.
How about another pick? Pick six?
You know,
Are they going to throw it here? Are they content, or are they going to try
they're
to check it here?
they're gonna go empty, and they're gonna motion Webb in the backfield, and they're gonna give it to Webb. They're gonna do the same old recipe that they've done.
Nope.
No, they'll go empty, and they'll go
Take a shot.
outs.
They're
They'll
going to
go
take a shot.
outs.
Oh!
Ooh, Eli all over it. Hey, it's like as if you spoke it right into his ear. Backup secondary coach Dennis Yoakum.
Hey, here we go.
I think after that,
Here we go. They will hand the football to Webb here.
They'll give it to Webb.
They're not going to take a chance here. They took a shot on first down. If they complete that, then they're more aggressive.
They went with a shallow out and then about a 10-yard out. So,
They might take
hey,
one
they're
deep
going,
shot.
They're going
they
empty.
might take
they're
one
going
deep
to
shot
trips
here.
to the top of the screen. Twins here at the bottom.
Expected deep shot.
There's Webb in the backfield, and then there's your inside zone.
There you go. Attaboy, Boaz. Get him on the ground. There you go.
And after about a gain of 6, he'll bring up 3rd and 4. They'll go quick. They're going quick.
They do have to snap the football one more time. If they can get a first down here, they might take a deep shot.
A timeout by the Panthers. We're gonna force that snap.
Yeah, we're also probably wanting to get our defense set here. I would predict a run here on 3rd and 5 in hopes of getting the first down and maybe taking a shot, but I can't see them throwing it here and forcing 4th down. Chance of going 4th down here, probably not the best scenario. So what do I know? I'm a basketball coach.
I do know this. We already said it on our end. It's the last game of the season for
No.
them as well. They are going to the playoffs. But I agree.
What's the movie? What's the football movie?
It's Waterboy. Last game of the year. You can't hold anything back. And it's Brett Muntzberger and it's
I know,
Dan
I know,
Fouts.
Dan
I know,
Fouts.
Dan. I know.
I know.
Not that I've watched any movies. Not that I'm a movie
Waterboy.
guy.
Classic. That's kind of what my wife would call dumb humor.
Oh, man, Sandler clearly pivoted late in his career and what he was doing. So 3rd and 4 here with 31 seconds left. Panthers looking to get the ball back or at least get them off the field. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Little outside zone look this time, and we'll bring them down immediately. We will call timeout here, and we will force at least a punt with 26 seconds left. Let's go after it.
Smith has got something dialed up here, I think.
I once went to a football clinic in Dallas with Coach Michael Smith, where I sat at the same session where this coach showed where they absolutely went after kicks all the time. You got an update on that KU game?
KU is now down 86-83 with 3:28 to go in the second half.
Okay.
That one's at Kansas. That's in Fog Allen.
Is that tough place to play? Do they?
Yeah, this would be the time they normally start saying rock, chalk,
Today in the hallway, a young man said, "Mr. Shoemaker, when's the pep rally?" I went, "We have a pep rally today?" And the third kid goes, "I love when you're sarcastic, Mr. Shoemaker." So, folks, when I say things like that, I'm definitely being sarcastic. So, we will force Fort Smith to punt here. This is the chance. This is the time where you want the bad snap, the bobble snap. We almost got to the punter earlier with Boaz when on their last punt attempt. They'll bring an extra guy in. Yeah. All right, Caddyshack. There was movement there. It should have been a full start, and they will whistle it, and that will back them up 5.
It's a heck of a punt. Hey, just another basketball score. Number 2, Alabama struggling with Arkansas State at the half, 43-40. That game's also at Alabama. Tuscaloosa's got the home game there, but so 1 and 2 in trouble. That's the thing I really like about the NIL is it has made college athletics so competitive. So competitive. And those kids, listen, hey, I served as an athletic trainer for the Razorbacks back in 1995, and I know exactly how much those guys work during the week and also go to class. And so I believe it's deserved money. I hate what it's become, which is a free-for-all pro sport type free agent market. But I believe they do deserve some money, some pay.
I mean, yeah. I remember being in college. There's still movement going on. They're all moving. I remember being there, and they're going to flag for something. I think it might be formation. It might be a shift-related thing. The ball will kick, bounce around, skip, and currently with 15 seconds left, the ball being the 30. I remember when I was in college, that's when Mallet was there.
Right.
May he rest in peace, great Razorback legend. But there were jerseys everywhere with that dude.
Yep.
And you're telling me in an entrepreneurial free market, that guy can't go sign autograph, whatever,
Yep.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Well, and also you think about the millions of dollars
That the university
that they bring in through television contracts and those kind of things. I mean, they deserve compensation. And to say, well, they're getting their college for free, it's not equivalent.
No.
We're talking about millions and millions of dollars.
Verse 6, I don't know what tuition is. I should ask Chelsea. She would know that. But so they'll be forced to punt again with 15 seconds left. I think we might have got at least a pinky on that one, but it will dribble over there to their sideline, and it will roll out of bounds with 3 seconds left. We'll take a knee. We'll definitely take a knee on this one, head into that locker room, talk about some of the things that went well, some of the things that didn't go well, and we're still in this thing. The score made this second half a lot more interesting than it would have been with the 3-score game kicking off to them.
Absolutely. This is going to put game pressure on them in the second half. They're going to have the pressure to try to score in that opening drive, and if they don't score, they're going to get even tighter because it's still a 2-possession game, and it's anybody's game at this point, especially with the weather. Rain still steadily falling.
Are we down No, we got 11. It's just how the formation was set. So we'll take the knee, we'll go in the locker room, we'll talk about it, and we will be ready. There will be no halftime performance by our band, but the cheer squad is still here in attendance. They've been here all night. Coach Clement and Coach Horton, rain, sleet, or snow.
Those girls are having fun.
And
they are soaked to the bone.
I think we're also doing the field goal frenzy with HOSA.
Okay.
So shout out to HOSA, who's still going to go out there and kick. I pray that's a great, and the HOSA chapter, that's our medical health professional organization at the high school. It's the largest chapter we've ever had. Shout out to Nurse Cassie. She does a great job with that organization. So I'm glad those kids are still kicking. And then shout out to our cheer squad in the pouring rain. This is a champion cheer squad, and then I know this is sideline cheer, but some of them do both, and then a runner-up. But sitting out there in pouring rain to perform, shout out to them. We're going to step away for a few minutes. We'll be right back. It looks like they're going to do a shortened halftime, so we'll be back in the next 9 minutes. Thank you for listening. And we're back here at Panther Stadium where the score is Fort Smith 28, Siloam 14 in a very wet and rainy atmosphere. Shout out once again, the cheer team. I just saw both cheer coaches here up in the press box, Coach Clement and Coach Horton. Shout out to both of them. That was impressive cheer squad to go out there and do their performance. I mean, for the seniors, it's their last time to be able to do it. So checked in with Mike Jones. I was close. Webb, 107 yards, and they're in rushing the first half. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to segue that into what do we need to do this half. I think we know it.
Yeah, we got to stop that inside zone, and basically we've got to force some turnovers. I mean, when you're down 2 scores here, you've got to figure out a way to get the football back, make up some possessions here because we can't trade with them. We can't trade possessions or trade drives with them. We really need to gain a possession back. We need a turnover, maybe 2. But the Panthers are going to have an opportunity. It looks like the rain is falling a little bit harder in the second half. Going to be a little harder to hang on to the football.
You hate this for senior night. I mean, I just looking around. You've got people huddled underneath the concession stand. You've got probably 30 people here on the home sideline, probably 20 there for Fort Smith. But the kids are still going to compete. They're going to battle. And the opportunity here to win the first conference game since November of 2020 is right here in front of us. But it starts here with this opening kick of getting off the field, getting the ball back, and moving the chains and putting something together offensively.
I agree.
I saw a lot of good things and 2 drives out of us, and a lot of it was predicated by one guy, and it's not a traditional sense of what you see in high school offenses from our fullback. And Caden Davidson.
Yeah, Caden did a good job. He basically set up both scores. Had a big run on the first drive that scored 40-yard plus run, and then the second drive that ended in a touchdown. He took it from about 25 or 6 yards out, took it to the house. So yeah, he's had a good night offensively. His few carries has led to big yardage, 70, 60, 70 yards.
I think on the defensive side of the ball, and looking at Mike's stat sheet, once again, Mike Jones, shout out to Harold Leader, our beat writer for Siloam Springs. For Webb, most of the carries were between 5 and 10 yards. He was like 6, 7, 8, 5. They had the one for 40. But my worry is that the quarterback has only about 5 carries for about 48 yards, and 2 of them have went for over 25. Is that the zone read look? You start to stack and creep up. The safeties walk down. You try to focus so much on stopping the inside zone, adding the extra hat, that eventually, if that end doesn't squeeze and keep his eye on the mesh, and then he pulls it, he's gone.
Yeah, we've talked about that the whole first half. It's just doing what you do well. So far, Southside has not been complicated, and they haven't made a ton of mistakes. The mistakes they have made have been associated with those little yellow hankies at the
Hankies?
Hankies. They're handkerchiefs, aren't they?
There's a beanbag in them. That's the semantics here of what is it. What is it? I need to. Yeah. My Google search doesn't.
It's a yellow handkerchief with a beanbag in it, right? Am I wrong? Anyway, the mistakes that Southside has made tonight has been just unfortunate penalties that they've made, just bad decisions.
A ripstop nylon cloth.
Yep. Handkerchief. 28-14 to start the second half.
And the Panthers are set to kick it away. We'll do a little squib action here. We'll kick around. We'll almost get to the ball. At times, if you overrun that, it turns out at a disadvantage. And we'll bring him down. I'm peeking through you need windshield wipers up here, folks. The 47-yard line, 1st and 10, Southside from the spot.
Yeah, number 43 for the Panthers. That's going to be a freshman. Landon Golding. Boy, Landon Golding makes the tackle there on kickoff. As we said last week, we have 5 or 6 freshmen that are getting time. on kickoff team, special teams. Kale's getting some time on the offensive line. And so
Give them reps.
Give 'em
I mean,
reps,
you might
yeah.
as well give those guys reps. Go trips to the top of your screen, single receiver to the bottom. They'll motion the back across, which undoubtedly means zone to the trip side, which they will give to Webb. And he'll be stopped for about a gain of 2. But here's the thing: he'll get 2, he'll get 7 on the next one if we don't continue to plug up holes on the. The zone with the zone scheme though, it just takes getting off the initial point of attack, getting off that block, don't let someone climb to the backer. Dennis, I'm finding just a unbelievable feat in the history of Fearless Friday. No scores; it's zeros on everything. They're running that little GT action with the quarterback this time, and we'll stretch it out, and we'll come in and clean up action there with a claw of Panthers.
Yeah, it's going to be second down at about 6 here, Luke, or third down at about 6. You're going to have a chance to get off the field here, defense. Make a play. Probably would punt it away. I'm not sure what they would do.
I mean, someone as conservative as you might do that. I'd probably go for it.
I think it depends on how they do on this play.
They might go zone read action based on the spacing. And they'll go bubble screen there to the inside receiver, and he'll pick up the first down. They might mark him short. Let me get out your guy. Hey.
What are we talking about? They are going to mark him short. Are you kidding me? No, they waved him. We can barely see, folks.
We can barely see, but for the groans and shouts from the 20 fans still left in attendance, they're letting them hear it. So the inside zone there, again, will be a 2-yard gain. What's crazy is the sticks on their sideline still showed 4th and inches. So, yes, they did. They
marked it short.
They did mark it short.
Marked it short. Hey, I'll update you on the Kansas-UNC game. Great finish to that one. Kansas won by 3 at home. UNC missed a 3-pointer at the buzzer to tie it.
Ooh. Can hear the student section from up here. So 1st and 10 for Southside. They'll go a little pop here to the sideline. We're almost all over it early with Jack. Number 4 for Southside, Wilson Key makes one man miss. The second man will bring him down. It would be a gain of 5. Jack O'Brien almost picked that off while being engaged on a block.
I'm glad you can see it.
Well, Dennis, I have great genetics. So 2nd and actually 4, I guess, is not as good as I thought since I was a yard off. They'll go pistol formation here, a little different set for them. There's a Panther down right on our sideline. It looks like Boaz Benson. It is. A pistol set, a little different look. That gives them the opportunity to go a little play action and roll to that trip set. They may not even come out in it after this timeout. Folks, once again, want to remind you, Panther basketball action will start this upcoming week. From the junior high side, it's the India Lewis Memorial Tournament, the 37th edition. It's been called several different things. For some of you, you've heard it called the Popeye, the Sager Classic, the Panther Classic, but the Allen Classic. Been a lot of different things, but it is the India Lewis Memorial Tournament, named after Panther legend India Lewis. That action will start Monday night in the PAC at 4:30. Neither Panther team will play. It's our tournament. We can get a bye. We can give yourself a bye.
Well,
we won't play
we play
Wednesday.
almost every night in that, so it's not really a bye, but we're not playing the first night.
We're not playing the first night.
We don't play every night in that thing.
No, but based on the tournament bracket, we got a bye.
We got a bye.
So we won't play till Wednesday. But Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Panther varsity basketball teams will play at home Tuesday against Southside, on their own Friday at Providence Academy. They'll drop straight back pass. They'll go up the seam. They got a guy open, and he drops it because of the weather. There's the weather coming into play.
He dropped it. That ball was perfectly placed to him about the 5-yard line, Luke, and it just went right through his hands. Right through his hands.
So I had to go to an old well here to find some scores from around the conference. I had to go to Hooten's to find some scores. So Greenwood in the third quarter is up 14-0 on Mountain Home. Lake Hamilton up 28-10 on Russellville, and no score from Shiloh Van Buren. This time it looks like
Gonna be short.
going to be short, about 4th and 2 here with 9:20 left in the quarter. They'll definitely go for it where they're at on the field. Ball on the 33-yard line.
Yeah, gonna be 4th and 2 here.
It won't be, no secret, but they will, unless they try to outthink themselves. They would.
I would watch
They'd
for
be-
the quarterback pulling it here.
They'd be overthinking if they didn't go zone read or zone. They'll look to the sideline. Forsgren gets the call. And the give is to Webb on the inside zone. Matt, and he'll get 3.
He's gonna get it. But man, we hit him before the line to gain. He just couldn't get him on the ground. He just kept going.
It's going to come down here on this series is first down. What do we do on first down? So here on 1st and 10, it needs to be no gain or a loss. Get them behind the sticks to not set up a 3rd and under 5 situation because there's 4-down territory. So trips the top of the screen, single receiver to the bottom. Forsgren looks to the sideline, gets the call, gets the check, and they'll go back to Webb. And that's not exactly what I'm talking about. If you give up 5 here, then it opens up all sorts of options in the playbook, or you can just continue to pound the rock with the inside zone.
Yeah, he runs the football well. Even when he's hit behind the line of scrimmage, he keeps fighting and gets positive yards. So he's a good back. This conference is full of good backs, you know it?
I don't think I've ever heard you say that. News to me.
Just last week, brother. I knew you were ignoring me.
Little pop there up top. He'll cut it. We're on him immediately
Nice tackle
by
there.
Estacio, and there'll be 3rd and 1. I never ignore you, my friend. I'm always listening. 3rd and 1, I would imagine they will get in their same little set here where they may even do the trip set into our sideline, and then they'll just give to Webb on the little inside zone look.
Last time about this area of the field, he actually pulled it out and took it himself. Let's see what happens.
Nope. And
Again. 4-yard gain. Ball's going to be first. He's going to be on about the 18-yard line. He's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 18, 17 maybe, 18. Yep.
about a 5-minute drive here to start the second half. Methodical as always. Trips to our boundary. Single receiver up top. Look to the sideline. I wonder what their checks are because the check is, that is inside zone. And there it is. I will say, I talked about one of my concerns was what about the read action? Our defense in that time, definitely as he was the quarterback player, he was there, he was on the spot. So we have a check. We played it well.
2nd down and 9. That's doing a better job on 1st down. You're putting them in a 2nd and long situation here. Put a little game pressure on them, Luke.
Yeah, down and distance is a big thing to get them off their script because if you continue to give them, 5-yard down and distances, they just stick to the same thing. They run a wheel route out of the backfield. We're over it. Pick. There we. Oh. Well, we were over. Not only was Gage Jones over it, but it looks like I'm trying to peek through. I think Jackson Anderson might have been over it.
Cole Pittman, I think.
Or Cole. One of our safeties was definitely. Yep, I think you are right. Jackson's over on this sideline. So,
I think it's 20. I see.
Yeah,
I think it's 20.
In either case, we had bodies there to cover the wheel route out of the backfield. So for the first time in a while, it's 3rd and longer distance. So this is a big down for the Panthers. In this weather, there's no way that I don't think they can send a kicker out. So that was a busted play. We got either movement or a timeout. I think movement. So let's back them up 5. Yep, full start.
They didn't really know there. I didn't see any of the officials
The
blowing it dead. The white
flag
hat,
wasn't really dropped, but yeah.
the white hat was like, what is going on?
Well, to quote a good friend of mine, what are we doing here?
Yeah, who says that stuff? I don't know.
I don't know.
Is that Michael? Michael Robertson say that stuff?
Assistant principal of the high school, Michael Robertson. So 3rd and 14, this is the longest down and distance they've had. They'll go empty set. They won't motion anyone back into the backfield out of this, so they'll go straight. They'll do a little tunnel screen. Screens have hurt us all year. But it's Panther football, exactly what we needed here. After a 5.5-minute drive, the Panthers will gain possession right there on the 14-yard line.
Yeah, that music that we were humming earlier kind of got in my head there. He was actually wide open in space, nobody around him, and he just drops the football, right? He just drops the football.
He just puts on the try. You know, hard work, what they call luck is when hard work meets opportunity.
Oh, I love it.
Love it.
Pulling out some old-time quotes.
And our boys are hopping around. There's some energy, and they're trying to have to manifest some energy because in a situation like tonight where most of the crowd is on the concourse and a few are in the stands, it's all on them right here. Not that it always is the man in the arena is saying here.
Nice 3-yard gain on first down there by Gio.
You want to capitalize off the momentum and the energy that we just got after sustaining the bend, don't break there on the defensive series. So to be able to put together something here, we'll give to Mason. He'll do a cutback. It was a little buck sweep action. Got a flag flying in from the back judge. Probably going to be some type of hold.
We had 2 lead blockers out on the edge. We had 1 defender, and he cut it back in. Well, I think if he had kept riding those blocks out on the edge.
Which he normally is a strength of his.
Wow. He cut it back. And I think it was going to be a hole. It was coming back anyway, but we did have 2 guys out on the edge with 1 defender out there.
Well, that's the reason you run the buck sweep. First guy kicks, second guy you follow. So the holding call backs us up a little bit there. It'll be 2nd and 12 for the Panthers. Really want to at minimum a first down. After the turnover, at least some momentum. Give your defense some hope after sustaining that series. It immediately met in the backfield. Now bring up 3rd and 13.
Yeah, going backwards here.
How about our own? We ran the slip screen earlier to no avail, but some type of screen, some type of wrinkle to pick up this first down.
I like the reverse we had.
Jack?
Yeah, last week we had a reverse to Jack O'Brien. There it is.
There it is.
Man, I'm good tonight.
That was to Mikey this time. We didn't block the one guy out there, and he
got
slows him down.
Downfield, but we didn't block the one.
That one guy. Hey, Jack gave us a shout out I was on lunch duty. He goes, "You guys," he said, "Man, you sound exactly like you do on the live stream." I was like, "Well, I mean, that is my voice." So. So 4th and 11 here for the Panthers, and Mason will be forced to punt from his own goal line. You keep hoping on these punts when we get one away that we get, since they're putting a guy back, that he muffs one. Punts away, it's a low line drive with a Panther bounce, and it will skip on all the way down to the 34-yard line, which ends up being a 66-yard punt for Mason.
Is that good for a high school kid?
We've had.
Yes, it is.
If we look back on this season, we had 1 punt that was a net of 3. So I'll take the 66 every single day, and our defense will come right back out after 1 minute of game time, and they'll have to make a big stand again.
Well, as backed up as deep as we were, at least we flipped the field here. They're going to have to put a drive together to get down the field. But good punt there by Mason. Our defense didn't get much rest, but maybe they can stand up and make a play.
So what we continuously need to do, and we did right there, is get them to about a gain of 1 or 2 on first down and make the second. And second down is just as crucial because anything under 3rd and 5 they've been able to pick up consistently. So here, 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, called 8. Webb split out wide here with number 20, Joaquin Fox, actually in the backfield. Actually, yeah. No, Webb I don't even see on the field.
They will give it to Fox. And he's going to get 3 or 4. He's going to make it 3rd down and 5.
Fox is a senior. Potentially they're trying to give him some run here in his last football game.
So big third down play here. This is a spot on the field. They are not likely to go for it here if we can keep them from getting a first down.
And they're thinking about this one pretty heavily, though. They have same personnel group that they'll just flip sides. So they'll go trips into our boundary, single receiver up top, safety help over the top to the single receiver side.
They're going to do a pop
Foreskin
pass.
will look to the sideline. I don't have enough men on line of scrimmage. They did not have enough. I mean, it is what it is now the play's over.
Oh!
And another interception of the Panthers falls through our hands, but
That's 6 if he can.
oh, he's
walking.
Hey,
into the
he's
end
over
zone.
there by the hundreds of Panther fans sitting by the concession stand. So the Fort Smith will be forced to punt. I've just looked at it again. All 3 receivers were not on, which is not a legal formation, but neither here or there. We forced the punt.
Well,
You know, they're doing their best, folks, just like Mr. Yokomo says, doing their best.
oh, there it is.
Back
There
there.
it
That's
is.
the
Look.
break we
There it
needed.
is. Look.
Get
There
it
it
over,
is.
punt it.
Boom! No way. No way.
So the flag is thrown, and they're going to call a roughing, which traditionally on the fumble is not so they're calling a personal foul, roughing the kicker. And they're calling the first down. So when that's
terrible.
my interpretation of the rule.
Ball's on the ground. You're not going to call that. The ball bounced back to the punter, which takes that out of play.
So as a coach, when you're teaching your players, I mean that's put you in a precarious situation when you're a kid because what do you do? What do you do here? It's bouncing all around. You know, you want them to go for the ball. You want them to get the ball. Tough break there for the Panthers. First down there for Fort Smith. They'll go in a pistol formation, 3 receivers up top. Panthers, a claw of Panthers there in on the tackle, make it 2nd and 10 here. I still can't get over that watching this on the replay. It's one of those things you almost just want to let him kick it from way back there because he's not going to get probably even to the line of scrimmage. But how do you teach a kid that live in the moment? Chasing down a punt 15 yards back to where he did it. So I'm watching it one more time here. Glutton for punishment. Yep. So 2nd and 9 here. They'll motion Fox back in the backfield. I don't know what happened to Webb. They'll run their quarterback GT counter, and he'll split the gap there, and he'll break away, and he's to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. He'll race to the sideline. They'll actually mark him out there.
We've got unsportsmanlike on our sideline too.
Is that on beyond Coach Locke or
Benson?
Okay, all right. Sideline warning. Oh, they're just going to call straight unsportsmanlike. They're not even giving sideline warning. Okay. Well, then it's going to be half a distance from the spot after the gain. You know, you don't want to do that. You don't want that, but.
Yeah, he's still mad about that call on the punt. I mean, I get it.
I get it. And you know what? You want to stick up and defend the guys that you go to battle with and that you push and motivate all the time and that you love and you devote so much of your life into and show them how much you love them. So this comes from a guy who got probably 55 yellow cards and
Yeah, I mean, but like you said, I mean, I would rather see the coach get that than any player. The coach.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that was my thing. Let me defend you.
Yeah.
Let me defend you.
Yeah. So
first and goal here on the 5. You never got teed up, right?
I got teed up.
No. I'll ask Miss Yoakum about this later. So trips, far wide trip. So this will be inside zone give straight here to Fox. He's made immediately.
Nice play there.
Well done by hey, and that's Boaz Benson. Hey, if anything, his dad getting flagged fired him up. He's ready to roll here. You know, how about a big bend don't break series goal line stand here?
Another mistake would not
You know what? Why don't they stand up and try to throw that bubble pass there into their boundary and it throw behind the last scrimmage and us scoop and score it?
Or they could just drop it again.
That'd be good. With 1:30 left here in the third quarter, trips into our boundary, they might go straight pop here into this strip set. They'll go motion duo with number 4, which they've traditionally ran out of. Give us to Fox again, trying to give this senior a touchdown in his last game. He's met and stood up there at the 4. They'll bring, is that Webb coming back? No, that's an extra lineman coming back in. So here with 1:10 left in the third, it'll be 3rd and goal from the 4. Big down for the Panthers. It looks like the rain is still pounding, but not as much as it was at the start of this half. I don't know what their kicking game looks like, but they're perfect 4 for 4 on extra points, and essentially if they kick a field goal, that's what this would be. And we got a timeout on the field here.
I love when the officials get together and talk out there. That you know what they're talking about. Like, did I blow that?
Was that wrong?
I mean, he dropped it, but it's still a flag, right?
Now, they're either doing that or they're talking about where they're going to eat after the game, and they've completely moved on from it. Yeah, it's one of two things. It just, whatever your psyche is. Some people are so...
Those guys do like to eat.
Some people are so oblivious to their mistakes that they don't even realize it. So there's a possibility that's occurring right now in that little huddle.
Yeah, I bet they're talking about where they're eating, though. Now that you said that.
I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be negative. Not going negative town here.
No, I didn't take it as negative.
There's the possibility.
I took it as, hey,
that
I could be talking about,
what
are we doing after the game?
Hey, some human beings are hypercritical of themselves, and there are some human beings.
What are you saying?
I'm saying some people will focus and say, I want to grow from so I know I made a mistake, and some don't even realize they made one to begin with. So here we go. 3rd and goal, ball on the 4-yard line. Big down for the Panthers. Fort Smith will go trips to the top of the screen. Single receiver down here at the bottom. They will not be throwing this football. There is no way. Is that a different quarterback? Hey, I say that, and they will do scramble drill, scramble rules. We'll force them. That ball will fall incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th and goal here on the 4.
That was a good play there by the defense.
I'll be honest. There are two things tonight that have surprised me the most. The roughing of the punter and them throwing the ball right there. I don't know which one surprised me more. And they are going to kick the field goal, which in the elements, this isn't an easy thing to do. They are 4 for 4 on extra points, but given some of the things we've seen tonight, anything's possible. Yeah, anything's possible. Play the doot. Snap, hold, there it is, folks.
Booyah. I'm going to turn our crowd our crowd mic down because the wind is really whipping and I can hear that into the sounds. I'm going to turn the crowd mic down. That way you can hear us and the wind isn't whipping into the
But the real question is, cue the clown noise. Cue the circus. Spoke it to existence, folks. So, after some adversity that we just had to face, once again, the Panthers will take over there. 1st and 10. Hey, bend, don't break, baby. A lot of football left.
Uh-oh.
Give us to Flores.
He got it back. He fumbled it. It was a bad exchange there, but Gio got it back. Ball's going to be on the 10. So we gained 2 yards.
Second night here for the Panthers, but with the clock running down, that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. So as we head into the 4th quarter, it'll be just like we started the 3rd. The score is Fort Smith 28, Siloam Springs 14. For a quarter that ended with no points, there was a lot of excitement and a lot of things go awry, but we're still a ball game, a competitive ball game.
Yeah, this game is still within strike here. The Panthers have the football on the 10-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 8, but we've got the football back. We could get points here and make it a one-possession game here. This would be even more game pressure. As we've said, Southside has led early in games all year long, but just have not been able to put teams away. And so maybe second half, we come back, late fourth quarter, we come back and steal one.
I'd like to see like a big 92-yard one, just KD pops one for a big score here and really gets to what crowd is left, but really more importantly, those kids on the sideline that have fought and practiced all year for just the opportunity to win a conference game.
Mason Short out wide here, going to carry the football out across first down
with
yardage.
His helmet off, which I think is going to be a thing. I mean, someone had to have pulled that off of his head. I don't think it just up and snapped off of his head.
Now, he got it out to the 25-yard line. We're going to see.
If they flag him for continuing to play without his helmet on, there's a chance that we may get another flag on our coaching staff.
Lots of discussion down here. I'm not real sure.
A lot of conversations, to quote a man I know. A lot of conversations going on, and then it will go against Fort Smith. I mean, there's no way to justify that.
Yeah. I think the white hat knew what he had to call, whether that was the initial, I don't know there. I mean,
did he?
Ball's on the 41. Panthers hurried to the line of scrimmage here.
Great run by Mason, regardless. I mean, and there's a little gap there. Bounce it outside, Ryan. He'll bounce it. He'll get a little dance. He'll get to their sideline. He'll pick up the first, and he'll be driven out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
Good run there. Now we've got them on their heels. Okay, this is the game pressure we were talking about earlier.
Against a team that has, at times,
collapsed.
Wow, you went straight to that word. I was going to try to be more delicate. You're nothing but direct, my friend.
Hey, listen. Direct communicator.
What'd your Berkman say? Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Give is right up the middle for a gain of 2 or 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 here. 11:30, clock's running. Fourth quarter action here. Panthers trail by 2 scores. Need a touchdown on this drive, Luke.
Need it. Need it for a multitude of reasons, but mostly because your defense has just stood on their head to keep Fort Smith out of the end zone. Mason continues to grind, finds a little bit of a crease. Will make it third man.
He's going to break one.
It's coming.
He's going to break one. He does it every week. He's carried the football down to about the 38. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Give back to Mason. Probably going to gain maybe a yard at best there. 4th down and about 1. So Panthers got a decision to make here.
I've got a guy that needs the ball.
Is his initials KD?
Yes.
Well,
give him the ball. Give him the rock.
That's going to be impressive when he takes it to the house after this call. Nice call, Luke.
Well, Toledo's there at fullback, and they'll give his Toledo, and he'll pick up more than enough. Great job by Vic.
I haven't seen Kate. Is Caden in on this drive? There he comes. Yeah, he's coming on the field right now. I'd go back to it.
Well, yeah, I mean, now the way it's on the formation, it's definitely going to KD, and he'll pick up about 5 or 6.
On 1st down, that's going to get you down there. 2nd down and 5, that's going to be where you want it. Looks like we got a Panther down on the field. Skylar's out there checking on the Panther. Maybe a cramp. 10:04 to play here in the fourth quarter. And the Siloam Springs Panthers need to push this in the end zone here. Trailing 28-14. Still plenty of time, but they got to get some points here. It really needs to be a touchdown.
It's insane. When you have a packed crowd, you hear just a bunch of noise. With the limited crowd, because of the weather, I can hear everything.
Right.
And the people that are left are 100% fully invested in the outcome of it. Not that when everyone's here, it isn't that, but hearing it is exciting. And all of these kids, we talk about, they have been practicing since May. May is when they really start doing it, and then going through the summer ball and all the different things that they do. So they're gunning for this conference win.
Astasio is going to carry the football down to about the 15. Going to be another Panther first down. As I said earlier in the opener, this would be the first conference win since November 6th of 2020.
So we'll stick in our wing T formation. Give us to Short. He'll cut back. He'll grind. He'll be met by a linebacker. The sideline judge this is normally your thing. He didn't move with anybody. He didn't move. Did they blow it? What? I don't even know what just happened. Give us to Gio. He'll pick up
down to the
4.
10.
So it'll be third and 5.
Yep, 3rd and 5 from the 10-yard line.
So 4 down territory, no matter
Absolutely,
what occurs here.
You're not going to kick a field goal here. It doesn't do you any good to do that. You're going to be. You got 2 calls here to get the first down.
Flores in at fullback, Short right next to him. Astasio the other wing. The give is to Flores. He'll make a cut. He'll be right there. He'll get the first down, be first and goal, ball on the 3-yard line. Panthers will go quick to get on they'll probably just go right back to him.
Yep.
Give us to Flores. Push. I think he's going to be just short. He'll be right there at the goal line. Then they'll mark him there at the 1. The win.
Had a chance to bounce it out a little wider. He stretched it out, but kind of got stood up there about inside the 1.
Well, the first touchdown tonight was a senior. Second touchdown of the night was a senior. If Flores punches it in here like I think he will, it'll be another touchdown by a senior.
Yep. They know that too.
And
that's the
the
problem.
wideout went touchdown. Nope, he was showing third. He's showing third.
Yeah, they know that too, though. You might have to do something different.
Or
here. I know you really want to.
Well, you might go sneak.
You're
sneak
6. You're 6 inches from the goal line here, so maybe another tush push.
Yep. Or you put KD in. I'd put Gio right behind Dane and just shove.
Push.
Yep,
Tush
there
push.
it is. Put him in.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Confetti in the student section. There you go.
That will cut it to a 1-possession game here, pending the PAT.
PAT's big here, Luke.
It is big.
It's big. It's big. It keeps it at a 7-point.
Watching the replay, we didn't even need the push. Dane Marlatt, second touchdown of the evening. Snap, hold, and it's good, and that will make the score 28-21.
That was huge.
With 7:44 left to play.
That was huge because, let me tell you why that was huge. If you don't execute that, then you have to go for 2 just to tie.
Now you can go for 2 and the win.
This sets up for going for 2 and the win.
Love it.
On the next score.
Love it. Here I thought you were just ultra conservative, would never even think about it. That my guy. Here we go. We got a ball game here.
We're going to have to get a defensive stop first, and then we get the football back, go score, and then we will go for 2 to win the football game. Come on. I feel it.
Well, we spoke the bobbled snap on their PAT into existence. We spoke the bobble on the punt into existence. What else is out there?
Right now, number 2, Alabama at home with a 2-point lead over Arkansas State. 6 minutes to go in the second half there. Did anybody have that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, someone somewhere, I'm sure.
2 former Razorbacks playing for Arkansas State.
I don't need to hear that.
Did you know that?
What, Pinion?
Pinion
Yeah.
and Darian
You
Ford.
told me 2 years ago Pinion would end up there. In other football news, Greenwood up 42-0 on Mountain Home. Lake Hamilton up 42-17 on Russellville. And Shiloh Christian up 22-0 on Van Buren. Onside kick. We got the hop you want. The initial hop was exactly what you wanted. But we'll bring that 42-yard line. Our defense has done a fantastic job this half. We have an injured Southside Maverick down.
That was a great onside kick.
Great job by Camden.
Camden Newell, folks. Just a sophomore, be around for 2 more years.
He'll keep kicking. Let's peek in. I didn't even think to look. Oh, we got no 4A scores. That's such is life.
Let me see if I can get a
update from Bollinger.
I'll try.
Maybe the servers at Fearless have just went down, crashed. I've never seen not a score posted.
Well, this is setting up about like we wanted, Luke. It's 28-21, 7:41 to play in the football game. Panthers have not given up points in the second half. Defense has played extremely well. They've bended a little.
Bent not broke.
But didn't break.
And they've got the ball. Man, we talked about getting the ball back, but if you get the ball back, what do you do with the ball once you've gotten it back? And that will be the same here. With 7:41 left, if you get it back, if you force the turnover, if you force the punt, we're out, folks. We're having to bring the EMTs out. Never a great sign. So we got an update from the Gentry score. The score is Gravett 21, Gentry 14, and a battle for second in that division.
Yeah, the schedule makers knew what they were doing over there because Elkins wins that.
Yeah, the schedule makers. Yeah.
Gravett and Gentry.
Oh, those 4A athletic directors, they really figured that one out.
You hate to see this. This is week
not
10.
this.
They bring the card out. You hope he's okay. I didn't even catch a number.
No, I still can't see. Any college football you're tuned in on tomorrow, other than LSU Bama?
Let me look at the schedule here.
Well, LSU Bama,
Florida, Texas, Georgia Ole Miss, Indiana, Michigan.
Indiana, Michigan, I think is a secret chance that Michigan's really high on themselves right now.
Alabama, LSU will be a good game. That's at LSU. That's a night game at Baton Rouge.
Well, I mean, the LSU-Bama game is the losers out of the playoffs. The winner keeps alive.
You know, last week I did call that trap game for
you did.
Texas A&M. I'm going to call another one.
Call it.
BYU at Utah.
And the Holy War. The Holy War.
BYU is 8-0 in that league, leading the Big 12. Utah was a preseason favorite to win the Big 12.
It was my prediction and you and I's side thing that we do.
So Utah is at home tomorrow night. It's a night game. It's a huge rivalry. I'm going to call upset.
Okay.
That's definitely a big
Folks, we
game.
still have no number and no information on the player down for Fort Smith. A lot of good people down there with them.
There's some diehard fans still here from both sides. Our student section is dwindling down to about 20 kids now. There's still about 50 people huddled up by the concession stand in the dry over there because they're shielded from the rain. They didn't bring an umbrella.
Well, I mean, in addition to the fact that it's been raining all night, it's 54 degrees outside.
Ooh.
I know.
And the wind's blowing.
As a high school administrator, I just want to
yeah.
apologize to my team for not being on duty with them tonight. Yeah.
You are not high on their list right now.
You know,
You're in the warm confines of the press
I
box.
thought about
and they're out there getting wet.
I thought about taking a picture and sending it to them. Thought about it.
I don't think you should.
Considered it. Didn't do it.
Of all the dumb things you've done in your life, that would be right up there.
Dr. Karen Miller would be thrilled by that, let me tell you. I may get on my radio here and see if I can get any update on what's going on down there. Robertson, you on the field down there?
Yeah, I am now.
What's going on with the athlete?
I can't really speculate, but looks to me like a lower leg.
Got it, thank you.
Yeah, looks like they got the air.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing on the radio is that it's a lower leg injury.
Yeah, they've got the air cast on it.
Yep, and I think I hear the ambulance coming in off of Sherry Whitlock here. Yeah, definitely not how you want to see any football game in any moment of any game.
The wind is 35 miles an hour, too, and it's 54 degrees and wet. I bet it's cold.
Yeah, that boom mic in front of us is moving. So they've got him on the board. The ambulance, so the EMT has shown up there in the southeast corner of the end zone.
The EMT rig doesn't look like they could put that, right? They won't. They'll carry him. Nope.
No, it can fit on that. There's a spot that it slides into on that ATV.
On the side. Okay.
Yeah. And then they'll drive straight off. Yeah. Unfortunately, I've had to see this before at Panther Stadium, but hope that young man, hope he's okay,
wish him
and
well.
wish him well. And this is you know, in all levels of sports, but I always think of high school for kids, for everyone involved, to switch your mind back to playing is always tough.
Yeah, this is a tough situation really for both teams. I mean, you had one side that's got to deal with an injury to a teammate, and he's being carted off the field. And then the other side had a little bit of momentum, and now their momentum has been completely stopped. And it's going to be hard to finish out 7:41. They got to recapture that momentum quickly and finish out this game. You know, you hate it for that young man. You know, he could be a basketball player too. He might have, you know, this might be his last football game, but he's got a week or so to get ready for basketball, and you just hate that for him. Maybe he's not. Who knows? But still never got to see a number there, so we can't tell you.
Yeah.
We can't tell you which young man is injured, but it looks like they've got him in an air cast and are taking him off to an ambulance that is awaiting.
And then the hospital right across the street.
So let's get a game reset here as he makes his way. We just wish him the best. 7:41 to play in the football game. Southside has the football. It is 28-21 Southside, so they lead by 7. The ball is going to be on the 42-yard line where they'll take it 1st and 10. Now, the Panthers cannot give up points here.
No. Under no, you know, 21 is the most we've scored in correct me if I'm wrong, any conference game.
Yeah, we scored 21. No, this is the most.
Yeah.
We scored 21 against P. Ridge.
Yeah, most we scored in any conference game.
Yeah.
So we've already eclipsed our high. So let's not force ourselves to have to score any more than we need to. So where we're currently at is a comfortable position to the scenario that you talked about it, as far as us scoring and going for 2.
Yeah, they're going to give us a little bit of warm-up time here, it looks like.
Yeah. You don't want to cause more injury.
Yeah.
So we'll do a little stretch, a little team warm-up. You know, I will say this. One of the hypest juice men that I know is Coach Kirk Benson. So you want to talk about a guy that's going to get us going right now, and you already see him getting after it down there.
Yeah, everybody that's had some game reps needs to get out there and get loose. I have a sneaking suspicion that these guys standing over here in the huddle on the sideline haven't got any reps tonight. So,
hey, but you never know. Next man up mentality, baby.
That's right.
Next man up. Hey, if I'm one of those guys, I might just run out there and do some high knees. I might do some high knees and some butt kicks. Show coach hey.
Oh, look at the referees.
Oh, well, that's who needs it. Yeah, that's who needs it.
I'm not seeing the white hat jump up and down.
Well, you know, it's hard. He already did his jump up and down when he threw the flag on the roughing the punter.
He's
too
talking
soon.
About,
Is he still talking about that?
He's talking about dinner.
Oh,
like, man.
Oh, we're fired. We're so fired. We're not going to be asked back.
My wife would love that. She told me yesterday, she's like, I'm just ready for you to be home on Friday nights.
You know, I'm road game duty next Friday night at Providence for basketball.
For punishment.
Well, you know, such is the territory of being a high school administrator. So,
oh, yeah. You owe them.
Remember, I am the road dog. I do go to all most of the road games.
I know. Okay, here we go. Can we pull out a victory here?
Yes.
I'm going to speak it into existence.
No hesitation.
It's going to happen.
No hesitation out of your
first conference win since November 6th of 2020. I'm calling it right now. We're going to get a stop and a score and win it on a 2-point conversion.
Absolutely.
Let's make it happen,
So
Luke.
they're going to come out and trip set. It looks like as if that's Fox in the slot here, he'll motion back into the backfield. Nope, they're going to go straight trips across the board. A little tunnel screen that they ran earlier, they put the ball on the field, but this time he will not cough it up because there'll be no contact. And this actually, he'll race down the sideline. He'll take it in for 6.
Score.
That will be a
Heartbreaker.
58-yard touchdown for Southside on the tunnel screen that earlier they fumbled. This time at 6.
Yeah, that coaching staff over there deserves a lot of credit to call that play after what's just happened here on the field. Great call. Great call. I don't know that we got a hand on him.
No, he went down in tag football.
58-yard tunnel screen to the house. Big play call. Big execution there.
Well, you said it last time they ran it, is that he had all the room in the world. He just coughed it up. I think it was number 16, Peyton Zimmerman, who is their leading receiver on the year with 884 yards. That puts him inching ever so closer to 1,000. That would be the 23rd touchdown pass in the season for Forskren.
That's near. They scored so fast that it doesn't end the football game, but boy, it makes it tough, right? So the Panthers have got to respond here, trailing 34, now 35-21. So they're down 14 with 7:28 to play. So they've got to respond quickly here, Luke.
I mean, there's 7:28 left. It has to be in under 3.
Yeah, to give themselves a shot, they've got to score around the 4-minute mark.
Yeah. The onside, however, Newell's last onside kick attempt was fantastic.
It was ideal.
I mean, it's the hop and bounce that you want. It's just the recovery piece. How about a big return here? Coach Smith has a lot of variations of a return.
Yeah.
I always talk to him about running the
Iron Cross?
No. The Nashville, Tennessee Miracle, the Frank Wycheck throwback.
Oh, yeah? Do we have anybody out there that could throw it
Well,
across
that's the
field?
thing. Frank Wycheck threw that sucker 45 yards across the field. How about my boy Justin Jefferson on the 3rd and 20 last week, throwing it about 48 back across the field on the wide receiver throwback?
Yeah, didn't see it.
Well, you're too busy watching the Raiders choke every week. So ball fielded by the Panthers at the 20.
Okay.
Toledo will take it to the 31-yard line, and the Panthers will start right there.
7:23. Panthers will get the football here. Need a touchdown. Got to have a touchdown.
We tried the reverse earlier,
Yep.
and we were a block away from popping that one. The thing about the reverse in high school sports, you say it's a gimmick that you can only run once. Honestly, I'm not opposed to running it multiple times. I mean, you're talking about kids that make mistakes.
That's a nice play.
A little in around there, and we're getting a flag here for either a hole. I thought potentially it could have been by our formation there, but it's probably going to be a hold on Mikey up there at the top, and that's going to be the call.
That's a wrinkle that we haven't seen a ton. Estacio does get big yardage there, but it's coming back because we had a holding penalty. So it's going to be first down and 20. First down and 20, 7:15 to go in the football game. Trailing by 2 scores.
Again, though, I already said it, but I'm not opposed to going back to reverse. This time it's to short on a little buck sweep action. And Mason, a little spin, put him in the blender, but he'll be brought down after a gain of 5. And we're still a long way.
Got a cramp.
First down.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a cramp. You don't think about, in this kind of weather, dehydrated enough to cramp, but certainly athletes, if they don't hydrate throughout the week, they can cramp up pretty easy. And it looks like Mason's cramping up there.
For sure. I was walking off.
All right.
Just to remind you folks, if you want to come out and watch some basketball, not only is the India Lewis Memorial Tournament this week, but Panther varsity basketball teams, girls and boys, will play at the PAC this Tuesday night. Come on out and watch both teams. Panthers come back out with Estacio, Toledo, and Flores in the backfield. They give us to Estacio. He'll follow Toledo, and we'll pick up around 6. We'll make it 3rd and 9 with 6:50 left here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you got 2 downs here, so you don't have to get all 9 back, but we can continue to run the football here. We've got time. We've just got to keep moving the football.
So we'll actually go to something of a well for us with the fullback dive, and that will get us
Victor Toledo will get us out to the 35-yard line. So it's
massive down.
4th down and 6. Now, this is what your season has kind of hinged on here. Any hope to pull off a victory here late, you've got to get the first down here, Luke.
Got to execute all facets, block, whether it's a throw, catch, whatever we got to do. We'll go under center. And here's the reverse. It's to Mikey, and he's met in the backfield again. The initial block wasn't made, and he couldn't turn the corner, so it's a turnover on downs for the Panthers right there at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like the defender had a hand up in his face mask area, but didn't get the call. Coaches wanted it. Didn't get it. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. 5:49 to play, 35-21 Southside. They're going to take possession. And, hey, listen, they're going to try to score here from 35 yards out. They're going to try to score, or from 30 yards out, with 5:49 to play. They're going to try to score.
I mean, they'll go back to their inside zone game for sure.
They're trying to go into the offseason on a positive note, high note, so getting these kids a conference win and heading into spring, heading into the second semester with your last game as a victory, that's huge.
Not a great introduction into the 6A West for them either.
Not especially, no. 2nd down and about 5, maybe short 5. They want that clock to tick. They're under 10 seconds on the play clock.
And they'll go back to their inside zone. Had he pulled that football,
He was
Mr.
walking.
Yoakum, he's standing
walking.
back there on that P in the end zone.
4:53 to play. Going to be 3rd and 1. Southside moving the football. The ball is spotted on the 22-yard line.
4:40 left here in the game. 35-21, 3rd and 2. They'll look to the sideline. There'll be no secrets here of what they will do. They'll go pistol set, Fox in the backfield. A little flinch there, and they'll back them up. This is an opportunity.
Yeah, we're playing some kids that haven't got a ton of opportunity this year. Tyler Huff, number 27, is getting some playing time here. Of course, he's a senior. Who else, Luke? Let's find the other seniors out there that don't normally get a ton of reps. Tyler Huff definitely forced a flinch there. Clock is
It stopped on the
stopped
penalty.
on the penalty.
Yeah.
3rd and 7.
They aren't kicking a field goal from here, no matter the 45-mile-per-hour wind. Little keeper here by the quarterback. He'll pick up the first and then some. He'll barrel into our secondary and he's brought down at the 8 to be first and goal from the spot. We knew
Yeah.
eventually the quarterback run was coming.
The clock, he's winding the clock. Finally, the clock starts.
Don't go palms up on our clock, people. Listen, those people
That's
are
classless.
those people
I
are
don't
trying.
think I've ever. I don't think I've ever seen
those
that.
people are trying. That rubs me the wrong way, my friend.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Under 4 minutes to play.
35-21. Both teams looking for their first conference victory of the year. Give us to Fox. They're in that inside zone look, and he will be brought down around the 6-yard line. Be second goal there from the spot.
Panthers still competing here. They don't want Southside to get in the end zone here.
No.
35-21.
And interesting scenario that could arise here. If you hold them down to the 4th, I don't think Southside sends their kicking unit out because God forbid they get another botch snap, booted around, we scoop and score, something crazy happens. Let's get to that scenario, though. I'm all about fun scenarios. Second goal here. Give us to Fox. We won't
It's
get
not
to
gonna
that scenario.
matter. Yeah,
Touchdown,
he's gotta score.
Southside.
All right. Well, that all but seals the deal for the Panthers. 41-21, awaiting the extra point from Southside. 2:46 to play in the ball game. I think it stopped raining.
It's drizzling some. You can see more people. The umbrellas are up. More people are moving aside from the concourse. But yeah, just in time for when you and I leave the stadium to not get rained on.
Yeah. The timing was off on the kick, but he did a good job to get that through the uprights. 42-21, Southside will lead late in the fourth quarter. Looks like Southside's going to pick up their first conference win of the year. And you really got to give them credit, Luke. It was 28-21. The Panthers had the momentum. One of their players had a bad injury and was carted off the field to an ambulance. And the very first play after that extended break, they take it to the house, 58 yards for a score, and they've added another score since then. So, got to give Southside credit here.
And I will say the ambulance just now turned the corner around the side of the field house there. So, whatever it wasn't as emergent enough to immediately get to the hospital. So, hopefully they were able to treat him and help him, whatever the scenario was.
Panthers have played well tonight at times. We've made a few mistakes. I recall the 4 footballs hitting the turf early.
And they'll squib it. It'll pop, and Toledo will jump on it at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 Panthers from that spot.
So you tell your seniors here, hey, you've got one more drive in you. This is probably the last drive you'll have as a Siloam Springs football
your last
player.
Your last time for
Can you end it in the end zone?
For most of them, your last time put on shoulder pads.
Yep.
We'll actually go doubles. Maybe let Dane throw it around a little bit here. And we will. Little hitches across the board, passes incomplete, be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that ball just went right through Jackson's hands. Good ball there by Dane. Put it where he had to, and Jackson couldn't reel it in. But
no, I don't see Jack. Got Mikey, Hudson, Boaz, and Jackson. Stick with 2 receivers. Give us to Short. He'll pick up 4 yards there. It'll be 3rd and 6.
I don't even see Jack over here on the sideline.
I agree. I don't. I mean, he's our tallest player, so.
Third and 6.
Still, we'll stay with two receivers at the top and bottom of your screen in this doubles formation. Marlette drops back to pass. Hilaire, he's got Mikey. Mikey beat his receiver. Great ball, and it falls incomplete. Had our man beat.
Yeah, that ball was a good ball there by Dane.
Great ball by Dane.
You know, that's walking it out there 35 yards and putting it right in the breadbasket, you know.
You talked about highlighting the senior. Corbin Crook just came on the field. Senior that doesn't often get to see the field, so shout out to Corbin. Here the receiver split out to the very bottom of your screen. Under 5 here on the play clock. Not everyone's set. Yeah, we're gonna have to burn timeout.
There's Jack.
You know, I've enjoyed this with you, my friend.
Yeah, it's been fun this year. We haven't had as much success as it looked like early that we had hoped for, certainly.
But we're trending.
We're trending in the right direction. We're developing some kids. We're going to finish the year 2-8 on the season. I predict next year we will get off the schneid and win a conference football game. We've got some good young talent coming. Our 9th grade class was really good. We've got a good 8th grade group that'll move up. We got some good young talent back that's got a lot of reps this year. So the main thing is, can we develop in the weight room, get faster, bigger, stronger, quicker, more powerful, you know, in the off season, and then continue to build depth. So,
and we'll go for on 4th down here. We're going to air it out. Is that Toledo?
That was Toledo.
Toledo throwing up top to O'Brien. His first pass attempt on the year will fall incomplete, and that will bring up a 1st and 10 for the
little deception there. We shifted Toledo into we were going to direct snap to him. He just needed to carry the fake out a little bit longer before he threw it. It was definitely going to be a halfback type pass, but anyway, we're getting some guys on the field here. 1:52 to play. Southside takes possession here. You'd like to see victory formation, right?
They are. Got the deep man back. They do it out of the pistol, so they're one of those true don't go under center type teams. So they'll take a knee. Classy of them. A lot of teams, obviously, we've seen teams in our conference who haven't done that against us.
We won't name those guys.
But if you've been listening, you know. You know who you are.
Yeah, Luke, hey, I've had fun this year. Probably going to hang up my headset, though.
Is this your resignation from the live stream?
I've got a grandson that is going to turn 2 in a few weeks, and I think I will spend my Friday nights chasing him.
Okay.
So tonight's probably my last hurrah as a live stream.
This is how you break it to me.
Yeah, this is how I'm breaking up with you.
All right.
I'm breaking up with you, Luke.
Well, appreciate it. You heard it here. We'll see what the future has in store for me. Thank you for everyone that's watched and listened this year. But the big shout out, with under a minute left in the football season, is to our AVTF live stream crew and Mr. Allen. He's built a great crew here that have put in a lot of great work to help produce this live stream. And they'll continue to put together live stream for basketball. I don't know if they've found play-by-play commentary, but they'll still have live stream for basketball games and be able to see our basketball teams on home games to watch that great basketball action. So that will do it here at Panthers Stadium, and that will do it for the season. Panthers won the year 2-8. Improvement record-wise from last season, and they'll go into the off season and try to continue to grow and progress and see where we go from there. Any final thoughts, Dennis?
Yeah, it's always tough at the end of the year, but you saw some great growth and development. I think our football program is headed in the right direction. We've had some success at every level, younger level this year, and so I just hope that we can get into the off season, get faster, bigger, stronger, and continue to develop. And I'm excited for what the future of Panther football looks like. I think this was a huge step in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree. So thank you again for listening. Come on out to watch basketball action this upcoming week. I'm Luke Shoemaker, and for the final time on the live stream, he is the great Dennis Yoakum. Thank you for listening.